This is a consolidation video on reported speech, reporting commands and orders. Do you still remember the structure of a reported command or a reported order? Let's recap the structure of a reported command or a reported order. First part, A told B or A asked B. Part 2, not to or to. Part 3, the verb in base form. That means it's the bare infinitive. When we're reporting an order or a request or a command, remember, take away please or should. Here are some examples of how we can report imperatives. Imperatives include orders, requests, and actually advice. Don't forget you'll need to change the tenses of the other verbs, the pronouns, the time expressions, and the pointer words as well. A special structure is used when the reporting verb is suggest. We use a gerund, that means a verb plus ing, instead of a to infinitive after suggested. For example, Ruby suggested not sleeping late. Dad suggested bringing an umbrella. With the structure in mind, let's take a look at some questions. Describe your car, the policeman said to the man. Let's start with the first part, A asked B or A told B. Note that said to is changed to asked because it's an imperative, an order. The second part is writing to or not to if the verb is in the negative form. Here the verb is describe. After to, we write the verb in its base form. After the word describe, we write the remaining words. Pay attention to pronouns. Who does this your refer to? Whose car is it? Yes, it's the man's car. We will need to change your to his. The policeman asked the man to describe his car. Let's take a look at the next example. Can you pass me the salt, please? She said. Now, on the surface, it is a question. However, we know that it is a request. When we report a request, we do not report the word please. So let's cross the word please out and start with she. So probably she is saying this to someone. A he probably, so let's write she told him. Well, here the main action is passing the salt. Passing the salt. So let's write down the word for the second part first, to. And in the third part, the verb in its base form, to pass. Now, let's write down the remaining words. Me, the salt. This me refers to her. Remember, the object pronoun should be changed to an object pronoun. She told him to pass her the salt. Let's look at one more sentence. Don't forget to take your key, Mom said to me. The first part of the reported order or command, Mom told me. Take a look at the original verb. Don't forget. It's in negative form. Here, for the second part, we should use not to then. In the third part, we write down the base form of the verb forget. Afterwards, we write the remaining words. Pay attention to pronouns. Your here refers to my. So your is changed to my. Mom told me not to forget to take my key. Look at how we do not use the exclamation mark in the reported command. Instead, we use a full stop. Let's look at one more. You should not park here, the guard said to the lady. Starting from the first part of the structure, the guard told the lady. Here, we cross away should And we need to identify the main verb is not park. The verb in a negative form, we need to use not to as the second part of the structure. After not to, we write down the base form of the main verb, park. After the word park, we write down the remaining words. However, pay attention. The word here is a pointer word. We need to change it. The guard told the lady not to park there. End it with a full stop. Now, there are more questions for you to practice. You may pause the video here, finish the questions, and check your answers afterwards. You may check your answers. Here are 4 more questions for you to work on. You may pause the video here. You may now check your answers. More questions to go. You may pause the video here and work on questions 10 to 15. Now, please check your answers. 5 questions more to go. You may pause the video here and work on questions 16 to 20. Again, you may check your answers. This is also the end of the consolidation video.